In a world where we're constantly connected, where our devices are never out of reach, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Technology has woven itself into the fabric of our daily lives, offering convenience, information, and entertainment at our fingertips. But with all the benefits it brings, there's a cost to our well-being, our relationships, and our sense of self. Every day, we're bombarded with notifications, messages, and the endless scroll of social media. We've become so accustomed to the buzz of our phones and the glow of our screens that we've forgotten what it's like to be present in the moment. The more we immerse ourselves in the digital world, the more disconnected we become from the real world, the world that exists outside of our screens, where life is happening right now. This constant connection can leave us feeling drained, anxious, and overwhelmed. It robs us of the time and energy we need to nurture our relationships, pursue our passions, and care for our mental and physical health. We find ourselves living in a state of perpetual distraction, unable to fully engage with the people and experiences that matter most. But there's a way out. By choosing to disconnect, even for a short time, we can begin to reconnect with the things that truly bring us joy and fulfillment. When we put down our phones and step away from our screens, we open ourselves up to the beauty of the world around us. We give ourselves the space to think, to reflect, and to be present. Disconnecting doesn't mean abandoning technology altogether. It means setting boundaries, being mindful of how we use our devices, and recognizing when it's time to step away. It means prioritizing real-life connections over virtual ones, and finding balance in a world that often feels out of balance. By taking the time to unplug, we can reclaim our lives and restore our sense of well-being. We can rediscover the simple pleasures of a conversation with a loved one, a walk in nature, or a quiet moment of solitude. We can reconnect with our values, our goals, and our true selves. So, let's make a commitment today, a commitment to disconnect in order to reconnect. Let's choose to live fully in the present, to be intentional with our time and our attention. Because in the end, it's not the number of likes, comments, or followers that define our lives. It's the depth of our connections, the quality of our relationships, and the richness of our experiences. Take a step back from the screen, and you'll find that the world is waiting for you, full of life, love, and endless possibilities. The more we learn to disconnect, the more we can truly connect with what really matters. In an age where technology is omnipresent, it's easy to overlook how deeply it impacts our lives. We live in a world where being connected is not just a convenience, but an expectation. Smartphones, tablets, and laptops have become extensions of ourselves, almost as essential as the air we breathe. They bring us closer to a wealth of knowledge, help us maintain relationships across distances, and entertain us in moments of boredom. But as we embrace this digital revolution, we must also pause to consider its implications on our well-being, our mental health, and our overall quality of life. The allure of technology is undeniable. It offers us instant gratification, a constant stream of information, and the ability to connect with anyone, anywhere, at any time. But this 24/7 connectivity comes at a price. We've become so accustomed to the pings and notifications that we often fail to recognize the toll it takes on our attention spans, our emotional health, and our personal relationships. Let's start with the impact on our mental well-being. The relentless barrage of notifications, messages, and alerts creates a sense of urgency that keeps us in a constant state of alertness. Our minds are rarely at rest, and this perpetual stimulation can lead to heightened levels of anxiety and stress. We become trapped in a cycle of reacting to digital prompts rather than taking the time to think, reflect, and respond thoughtfully. Moreover, the curated perfection we see on social media often leads to unhealthy comparisons. We measure our worth against highlight reels, forgetting that they don't show the full picture, the struggles, the failures, the everyday messiness of life. This constant comparison can erode our self-esteem and foster feelings of inadequacy as we chase after unattainable ideals. But it's not just our mental health that suffers. Our relationships, too, are at risk in this hyper-connected world. The irony is that while technology makes it easier to stay in touch, it often prevents us from truly connecting with those around us. We may be physically present, but our minds are elsewhere, scrolling through social media, checking emails, or responding to messages. We sacrifice meaningful, face-to-face interactions for the shallow engagement of a text or a like. Over time, this can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation, even in the midst of a crowd. The impact on our productivity is another concern. The constant interruptions from our devices fragment our attention, making it difficult to focus on any single task for an extended period. We become less efficient, our creativity stifled by the constant distraction. We start to multitask, believing that we're getting more done, but in reality, we're just spreading our attention too thin, leading to mistakes and a decline in the quality of our work. Then there's the issue of sleep, or rather, the lack of it. The blue light emitted by screens interferes with our natural sleep cycles, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Late night scrolling through social media or binge-watching shows can lead to sleep deprivation, which has a cascade of negative effects on our physical and mental health. Without adequate rest, we're more prone to stress, our immune systems weaken, and our cognitive functions, memory, focus, decision-making, diminish. But the most profound impact of all might be the way technology distances us from ourselves. In our constant quest for connectivity, we lose touch with our own thoughts, feelings, and needs. We forget how to be alone with our thoughts, how to enjoy solitude, how to reflect on our experiences and learn from them. We fill every quiet moment with noise, every empty space with activity, leaving little room for introspection and self-discovery. So, what's the solution? How do we reclaim our lives from the clutches of technology without completely disconnecting from a world that increasingly relies on it? The answer lies in balance and intentionality. First, we need to recognize the power that technology holds over us and take steps to mitigate its influence. This might mean setting boundaries, like turning off notifications during certain hours or designating tech-free zones in our homes. It could involve setting aside time each day to unplug, whether it's during meals before bed or first thing in the morning. These small changes can help us reclaim our time and attention, giving us the space to engage more fully with the world around us. We also need to be mindful of how we use technology. Rather than allowing it to dictate our actions, we should use it as a tool to enhance our lives, not control them. This means being selective about the apps we use, the content we consume, and the interactions we engage in. It's about quality over quantity. Choosing to spend our time online in ways that are meaningful and enriching, rather than mindlessly scrolling or engaging in superficial interactions. Another crucial step is to reconnect with ourselves. This might involve spending more time in nature, engaging in physical activities, or pursuing hobbies that don't involve screens. It could mean practicing mindfulness or meditation, which can help us become more aware of our thoughts and feelings and better equipped to manage them. By carving out time for these activities, we can strengthen our sense of self and develop a deeper understanding of what truly matters to us. We should also prioritize our relationships, making an effort to be fully present with the people in our lives. This might mean putting down our phones when we're with others, listening more and talking less, and making time for meaningful conversations. It's about showing up for the people we care about, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. Ultimately, the goal is not to reject technology, but to find a healthier way to integrate it into our lives. Technology, when used mindfully, can be a powerful tool for connection, learning, and growth. But it's up to us to ensure that it doesn't consume our lives to the point where we lose sight of what's truly important. So, as we move forward in this digital age, let's commit to living with intention. Let's make conscious choices about how we spend our time, how we use technology, and how we connect with ourselves and others. Let's remember that life happens in the here and now, not on a screen, and that true fulfillment comes from being fully present in each moment. By taking these steps, we can create a life that is rich in experiences, deep in connections, and aligned with our values. We can find a balance that allows us to enjoy the benefits of technology without sacrificing our well-being, our relationships, or our sense of self. And in doing so, we can truly reconnect with what matters most.